Shit, what's good? Sante back with another video. Man, I've been so busy, man. I got so many people that hit me up, wanting to do projects, you know what I'm saying? Group chats, traveling, you know what I'm saying? Even with everything that's going on. So my sleep schedule has been like way off. You know what I'm saying? I might be asleep during the day and up at night, but I was having a conversation with one of my homies. Well, actually, it's like one of my homies and then my brother, but we were having it the other day. And it just confirmed something that, it was really confirmation from something that I had told him beforehand. Like sometime last year when he was going through his breakup, right? And so, one of the things that I told him at that time, just as a way of just helping him, just giving him some foresight and direction. And this is connected to everything that I've been talking about before, just in terms of being the authentic self and being in tune with who you are. I told him, I was like, yeah, bro, when we go back to like last year, and he was just, oh snap, he was just concerned and worried about, his ex at the time. You know what I'm saying? And just everything was heightened. You know what I'm saying? When you go through a breakup, the past, because of your emotions, the past, whether it be positive or bad, can be enhanced and like exaggerated, or you can feel nothing at all, depending on what phase you're in the breakup process. But one thing I told him, I said, bro, you step back and you redirect that energy towards yourself. And I said, you have to take that attention that you were giving to her when you were making her a priority over your own self and redirect it towards yourself to build yourself back up and to help you heal. That's the only way. The only way to heal is to tend to your own needs, not continue to chase and run after something that doesn't want to be caught. You know what I'm saying? But I told him, I said, when you start stepping back and you start giving the self what it needs, you're not going to feel the same way about her. You're going to look at things differently, because then you'll start to see things from within, and you'll detach from her, and that energy, her energy will be released. You'll release her energy. And so as you go back into yourself, you start to be more aligned and in tune with your own intelligence, with your being. You know what I'm saying? And so when you step back and you sit and you reassess, and you're not consumed with thoughts of her, your perspective of her is going to change. You know what I'm saying? Especially once you go through that phase of overcoming the sexual attachment. You know what I'm saying? Because the sexual attachment is in that root area. You know what I'm saying? And it's also like a part of your ego. You know what I'm saying? But when you step back, you're reconnecting with yourself, because more times than not, you disconnected from yourself because you made that person a priority. You know what I'm saying? And so that's something that'll happen in the universe. A relationship will fall apart because it's no longer in agreement with your soul. You know what I'm saying? And you may be giving off an opposing energy to that person that is more so repelling to them, and they end up backing away into the relationship and treating you based off of that energy that you're giving. You know what I'm saying? So when you go back into making yourself the primary focus, and you're no longer thinking about them, you're no longer giving out the energy that was creating that situation anyway. So it allows things to happen on their own. It allows nature to take its course. You know what I'm saying? You're no longer trying to get back with her, obsessing, calling her phone. You know what I'm saying? And as I stated in the previous video, I said, if you're trying to get your quote unquote ex back, you running after them and you pursuing them and you forcing things is not going to get them back. You actually have to do the opposite. And it's not something that you can fake. Like, you really have to get to that point where you deal with your own negative energy, your negative thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Your anxieties, your insecurities, your doubts, you know what I'm saying? Your weaknesses. And look at you. You know what I'm saying? Because for whatever reason that breakup happened, and you're meant to take something from it. You're meant to evolve and go beyond it. You're meant to look at something that you've been neglecting. You know what I'm saying? And you're being called towards that path of your soul. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's really important. Like, the most important thing that you can do is live a life that's authentic and true to you. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, they don't have an understanding of themselves. They don't understand who they are, and they don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? And so when you are practicing semen retention, that is something that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because when I went through my experience, when I went through my breakup, I know I used masturbation. This was years ago. This was like 7 years ago. No, it wasn't 7 years ago. It was about 8. But well, actually more than that. But to deal with that sexual withdrawal, you know what I'm saying, and going through that process of releasing them or releasing her, I use porn and masturbation to deal with such a heightened sexual energy. You know what I'm saying? And that was because we were having a lot of sex. We had a lot of sex, too much sex. You know what I'm saying? To the point where it threw off my balance. You know what I'm saying? And other areas of my life began to be neglected. So then when the breakup happened, it was just like there was one thing after another, and it was just overwhelming. So then I had to get to a point where I was just like, man, fuck it, because there's so much more life to live. You know what I'm saying? And you will see that when you're practicing semen retention, because you're going to immerse yourself in nature and in reality, because that sex drive is driving you to experience and to really create and organize and structure your lifestyle, because you're going to have to exercise that energy, transmute that energy into other things. You know what I'm saying? And so that ties into the same thing that you would have to do with a breakup in order to heal. You know what I'm saying? And understanding that everything is connected. Because a lot of people, when they go through a breakup, that's where their spiritual journey begins. It's a lot of times it's like that's where it begins, is that breakup. Because that person has, in some way, the relationship to them has disconnected them from themselves, that now it's like they're in a soul crisis. You know what I'm saying? Like the soul is just like, hey, all right, we got now is the time for you to recognize your higher calling and your higher purpose. And there's something for you to fulfill. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, that's like not being authentic and not knowing who you are. You know what I'm saying? From a grounded and in a place of truth. You know, from being a grounded place of truth. You know what I'm saying? That's what's ultimately going to lead you to, you know, reincarnate. Because the soul never, you know, we know that the soul doesn't die. You know what I'm saying? And the soul is here to achieve certain things, to achieve certain ends, to serve its purpose. But we'll have experiences that can throw us off, throw us out of alignment. And even though it throws us out of alignment, it's still a part of that journey. But it's for you to evolve and to gain more spiritual insights so that you can better achieve it. You know what I'm saying? So you can understand your darkness, so you can understand your hidden truth, you know? So, yeah, man, we're going to talk more about that. I know I had not shot a video in a while, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's a lot of people that hit me up, you know, in group chats and stuff. I had to leave a couple of group chats, you know what I'm saying? Just for my own peace of mind and protecting my energy, because everybody will pull you every which way. And that's one reason why a lot of people aren't authentic, because they're too outside, they're too caught up in the external world, not in a balanced, natural way, but in a toxic, you know, subservient type of way. Like they're disconnected from, like they're lost. They're not within themselves. You know what I'm saying? They're not in tune with the being that's in their body, that soul. You know what I'm saying? The intuition and things of that nature. So, yeah, man, it's like with all this technology, you know what I'm saying, all these distractions, you got to be able to step away, because that's what you need to do for yourself. Like, you got to be able to just go back to yourself and be in your own space. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of guys don't know how to do that, which is why they resort to masturbation, porn, and orgasm. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, man, that's all I want to talk about in this video. You know, disengaging from those things that ultimately are destroying the self. And the self, you will start to regenerate that and build that confidence, you know. But allowing a person to take you outside of yourself, that's what you got to be more conscious of. Look at how situations are causing your, you know, a discomfort within your being, and recognize what you need to learn and what you need to change, so then that way you can become more grounded into your authentic self, and that's how you manifest what you want. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll holler back at you guys. Love. Salud.